Well, howdy there, Moose fans. It's that time you've all been waiting for. The big reveal. I want to show you what the Alaska house is going to look like, more or less when it's finished. So please stick with me, and I hope you all enjoy. Last winter, I was browsing a bunch of stuff on YouTube, and I came across a channel called Simple Life Reimagined. And they had a video out about the house they're building, off-grid house. And they were talking about a lady that, they had met online, and she did floor plans and things for them. It was a really interesting video, and I'll put that link down below. And so, what do? Get online, start looking around, found her channel. Excuse me. The lady's name is Shaun, okay? And her channel is called Quest Matrix. Now, truth in advertising, she is not an architect. The drawings, anything that she does is not, suitable for submitting for permitting, building inspection plans, all of that. It's really helping people develop their concepts for a floor plan, and then with this software program she's got kind of doing a rendering. Now she and I worked together December, January time frame on my concept, and she actually posted her video. I wanted her to post hers first on her channel in late February, and I was getting ready to do this video. And 3rd of March, Travis decided that, he couldn't handle it anymore, and, he unfortunately passed away. So I'm, getting some of that stuff squared away and now getting back into the swing of things. So at this point, what I would like y'all to do, if you haven't seen the video that Shaun did yet on her channel, Quest Matrix, I want you to pause this video right now, and the link is down below. To her video and to her channel. The video she made of my place is about 6.5 minutes long or so. So go ahead and I want you to watch it first, and then come back and see me. That was pretty cool, don't you think? So what I'm basically going to do now is give you some background and then kind of walk you through and narrate some of the renderings and floor plans such as she came up with. So you'll get a little bit different perspective than what you saw in her video. And it'll actually be a lot of the same photos and renderings, but from my perspective. Actually, one of the really neat things is, come to find out, she lives like 10 miles from me. But she does these for people all over the country. I think she's done some in Canada, maybe. I don't remember exactly now. It's been a while since we've talked. But, my buddy Jim, Woolly Rhino Adventures, he and I sometimes have a little debates about, cabin versus house and so on. And he's got his cabin, up by the little lake there in Kasilof, and it's a really nice deal. He's making good progress with it. He's actually wintered over for the first time this year. But my concept is really more of a house. And I had been looking at, like a 2-bedroom, maybe about 1,000 square feet. And I had some ideas. And so I put my thoughts together and came up with the 2 photos I'm going to show you here. These were my sketches and kind of renderings. So take a look at these, and I'll be back in a minute. You can see that it was a crude effort. I used to do architectural residential drafting and stuff when I was in high school, but folks, I'm about to turn 70. That was a long damn time ago. But I played around with some ideas, and I had at one point thought about using the shipping container as a tiny home, but a tiny home just does not work for me. Okay, I got way too much stuff that I'm not willing to get rid of or part with, that I've kind of collected all of my life and from support all of my hobbies and interests. And so my real concept was to make the shipping container eventually into maybe like an Airbnb rental or guest house. But it's got some issues, if you remember from my videos last year. And so I really had to think as seriously as like, look, I might as well go ahead and just build the house now where I want it. And, at that point, then I can use the shipping container for other things, like a workshop, tool shed, place for, doing some of my mechanical repairs on things, kind of that kind of a building. Like I said, I got too many hobbies and stuff for most other people to appreciate. But I do a little bit of gunsmithing work, but I do make almost all of my ammunition. Getting back into my leather craft, love to cook and smoke foods and meats. So there'll be another building at some point in time that'll kind of accommodate those things as well. But Shaun and I had several back and forths over the course of January. Discussions, and she would question some of my things I wanted to do and bring up some very interesting points. She's kind of in the same general age group, although I don't think she's near my age, but she's, a nice mature gal. But her focus was, build it the way that it would need if you want to stay there long term, which I do. Make sure everything is handicap accessible. Can you get wheelchairs around everywhere? And believe me, I learned that lesson the hard way. Over a year ago, just before we put Mom in the nursing home, and in the house that they lived in, Dad built in 1980, with no concept they would live to be in their 90s. But it was a total chore trying to get Mom in and out of the bathroom. It took all that me and Dad had, and it was quite an ordeal, and took a long time to get her in, get her seated, and let her do her business, and cleaned up, and back out again. So, yeah, a lot of that thought, end of life type concerns were put into this design as well. So I'm gonna pause right here, and I'm going to show you the floor plans that she came up with. And then we'll talk about it a little more from there. There's the property, an aerial view looking out over Cook Inlet and Mount Redoubt. In front of the arrow is a little white rectangle dot. That's where the shipping container is now. This is another aerial view I got from the realtor. There again, the arrow is pointing to the shipping container. If you see that kind of a light colored line in front of it, that's pretty much the property line. And the big block in front of that is a gas pipeline right away. Here's the shipping container itself. The cabin or the house will be built about 10 feet in front of that, kind of behind where the old green truck sits now. And this is kind of another view. I did get some of that stuff cleaned off, the weeds and stuff, but there's still a lot more to go. But again, basically about 10 feet to the right of the container. The container is 8 feet wide, so that'll kind of give you an idea, is where the house will start. This section, we're going to look at the floor plans. This was my rough sketch that I made up and I sent to Shaughnessy for her to start working with. Basic footprint is 20 foot wide, 52 feet long. And then I added another little section to it, kind of an elevation to show where that 3 foot rise was on the master suite section. And then here's what she came back with, and she did a really good job. I still got a second bedroom office. I've got the galley kitchen with a nice eating area, my Arctic entry, a big walk-in pantry with enough room for 2 vertical freezers, an area for my big gun safe that can later be converted to a lift into the master bedroom. You got the master bedroom, the guest bedroom, a nice living room with sliding glass doors on the back side going out towards the side of the shipping container. And then this is the rendering of hers with all of the dimensions. This next series of videos excuse me, will be the exterior renderings. This is looking at the back of the house, and you can see there where the area under the master suite is elevated 3 feet above the other. Come around on the right side, right front, the windows there you see are on the master suite. And then the 2 windows on the little bump out, that's the Arctic entry. Every place in Alaska really needs one. And then keep moving around the house. Now you're looking at the center and the left side. There's stairs coming up to the deck. entrance to the Arctic entry is actually on the side you can't see right now. And all those windows along there, you can see the windows better now and the doors to the Arctic entry. But that lets a whole lot of light in there and gives you views both from the kitchen sink and from the eating area, which you'll see in a little bit. And we wind around the side a little more, and you can see there's another set of stairs that comes up the side. That door enters into the kitchen. The little deck off the back and the stairs comes out of the living room. There's a sliding glass door there. And this kind of shows you the pitch of the roof. You could see it there a minute ago, where the main roof is, one angle, just a slat. And then the little portion here at the bottom of the photo is the roof over the Arctic entry. So that's the exterior. The next set of videos you're going to see is of the interior of the main portion of the house. This is the Arctic entry. And in Alaska, a lot of people use that as kind of a mud room, place to put your wet boots and coats and snow shovels, keep some ice melt in there. Looking from the sliding glass door on the back side across, you see the living room, dining area, and the seating bar. And again, the stove is actually a pellet stove, not a wood stove. The angle here changes just a little bit. You can see a little bit more of the eating bar and how the sink sits down there. Talk more about that in just a minute. The little round table probably won't be there, but she wanted to show it anyway, as in case I have more than 3 or 4 people come over for something, there's a place to sit. This really shows you the galley kitchen, and as you look at that countertop, it looks like a marble or something. What it's really going to be is a black walnut butcher block. I've already got the wood, and it's actually already up there for it. And when you seal that and coat it with a clear polyurethane, my God, that's beautiful. Showing a regular stove, which may be the case, or I've got a propane cooktop already up there, so that may be the case. You can kind of see into the guest bedroom, and we'll look at that in just a minute. And then the pantry, and it's a big walk-in pantry. It's got to be big enough for 2 vertical freezers. Alaskans hunt, fish, and can and preserve a lot of vegetables. So I need all of that space for, canned goods as well as what goes in the freezer. All right, this segment is directed towards the guest suite. This is the bedroom number 2, guest bedroom, which will also double as my office when I don't have visitors. And yeah, there will be visitors. Dr. Doyle, my chiropractor, said he's coming up. An old buddy of mine, Tim, and his wife Val want to come up. Andrea, my daughter, and her family may come up. So, I got to have a place for them to be. And there will also be a bathroom there. This is on the main level, where you can see there's a big shower. That's actually a 4-foot shower. I already have that up there, as well as laundry facilities. And then if you look at this next picture, there'll be a sink and stuff in the laundry area. Brush your teeth, wash your hands. And if you look out the door, you can see the steps going up to the master bedroom. This area really talks about, the entrance to the master suite. As you can see, the stairs to the left there. There's 5 steps going up. And the brown box to the right represents my big gun cabinet. That's a 4-foot opening. One of Shaun's big things was, what happens if you become wheelchair bound or someone living with you become wheelchair bound? So we actually built in an area here for a wheelchair lift. The gun safe would come out and either go into the master closet or in the guest room, something like that. And then a wheelchair lift could be put in there to elevate person up that 3 feet and then slide right into the room. And that hole is actually a pocket door. Now, this section is the actual master suite itself, and it's really kind of cool, I think. This view is looking from the front wall or the head of the bed down towards the master closet on the right, the master bathroom on the left. The big brown block on the right is to symbolize my man chest that I have here that I'll be taking with me. And it could be a little dresser there, TV, something to watch videos with. And this is the master bed. And you see all of the windows. All of those windows will look out towards Cook Inlet and Mount Redoubt. But I'll explain more about the bed here in a second. Because as y'all know, I have a lot of dogs. And 6 of them, as a matter of fact. I don't know that they're all going with me. But when they're all on my king-size bed now, there is 0 room for me. let alone if I had a companion there. So I need something like this family bed that's big enough for me, my 6 big dogs, companion, and if she brings a dog or two with her too, so that we can all be snuggled up and nice and warm when it gets all cold outside. Now the master closet, again, this is just a rendering, but I would probably have 2 rows of hanger shelves on one side and one on the other. And there's also room to put, if I had to move my gun safe in there, I can do that. The master bathroom, if you look beside the toilets, you'll see the grab bar there. That's Shaun's penchant toward handicap access. And the little cabinet in the corner would be for towels and cleaning supplies, things like that. The tub I already have up there is a 6-foot soaking tub, and then I have a real nice cabinet for the sink and mirror, and that's already up there. Well, folks, what do you think of my concept? Shaun did one hell of a job on this. She took some rough ideas and really prodded and massaged and helped build it into a very workable plan. I think it's going to work great for me. That walnut butcher block countertop is going to just be so awesome when I get that done. One thing I did forget to mention in the master bathroom is that I'm also going to run, excuse me, these allergies are just horrible right now. Run a shower head up there, so it'll actually become a, have the ability to be a shower as well as a big soaking tub. But I am so impressed with the work she did. Her program has limitations, okay? And that's kind of, I called out a few things like, what the gun safe is. It's just a big block and my man chest and things like that. But, this is all conceptual. The dimension plans that she's got, I can really work with that and work with, Lowe's or Home Depot or Spenard Building Supply. Those are the 3 main suppliers up there, to get some price estimates and things. The house is actually, as I said before, going to be setting up on piers. Right now the plan is 3 feet on the main end and 6 feet on the master suite area. I may go an extra foot on both of them. It just depends. See how much that improves my view out towards Mount Redoubt and the inlet and all that good stuff too. But really looking forward to getting this thing going. It's going to be it's my forever home. Okay. So I really can't wait. There will be some other, ancillary buildings that will be going up here with us as well. There be a greenhouse and maybe a chicken coop. I haven't decided about that yet. Jim really enjoys his chickens, but I don't know that I want to be tied down quite that much. A garage. I've already got a set of plans for. It's actually for a covered carport, a 24 by 24, but I'm going to use that kind of, close part of it in and use that as my cook shack preparation area and a place to keep my smokers, out of the weather, but also be able to set up a couple of picnic tables under there. So, if my friends that come over and want to have a couple of beers or, grill some burgers or steaks or smoke some brisket, whatever, we can do it. It rains a lot up there, so we'll have a nice dry place to do that. So it's going to be a work in progress for a long time, but right now, my goal is to get started on the house next summer. I'll be going back to Dad's here next month to do another pig roast for him, and kind of assess where his situation is, and I just have to adapt and roll with that. That I am the only fully functional son. My brother's nursing home bound. So when the time comes, I have to deal with everything, and I have to be able to get there relatively quickly. So everything is firmly planted in midair at this time. But I hope you all did, like I said, and you went and you watched Shaun's video first before you watch all of this one. Make sure and give her a like and subscribe. I think you'll like a lot of her videos, quite frankly. And the one video that really triggered all this for me is from Simple Living or Simple Life Reimagined. I'll have the link to that, to Shaun's channel, and to her video on my cabin below. You know, it's all part of the YouTube community. You never know who you're going to meet or where something, you know, an idea you're looking into, where that's going to take you. It's all part of a great big adventure, and I'm loving every minute of it when I get to be part of it. So this is Lone Moose out for now. I hope everyone had a great Easter. You know, back to the grind, school and work now, but please be safe out there. And if you got allergies like I do right now, I am so sorry. I'll see you when I do the next video, folks.